the weekend, several Conservative MPs popped up on Twitter with photos of themselves buying tins to give to food banks, despite their party being largely responsible for their existence. The snaps were all accompanied by very similar messages, suggesting the MPs had all been sent the same PR brief that they were too busy to alter. Picking up on this interesting new social media phenomenon is Rachel Parris.
Thank you, Nish. That is absolutely right. It did look a lot like they'd all been told exactly what to say. They must have a WhatsApp group, just like our MASH report one.
I'm not on a MASH report WhatsApp group.
Are you not? Well, moving on. Let's look at these Tory MPs quietly going about being wonderful, unsung heroes of the people, with selfies on Twitter. Dominic Raab, whose look could best be described as Terminator meets Young Farmers Club, was also tweeting support for food banks this weekend, despite his voting record directly contributing to the need for food banks. And, of course, Jacob Rees-Mogg has said that there is good within food banks. It shows what a compassionate country we are. That's Jacob Rees-Mogg, whose middle name is Compassion. Jacob William Compassion Caecilius Alfred Fuck the Poor Frankincense Rees-Mogg III. And here is Conservative MP for Devizes Claire Perry being inappropriately blasé at a food bank last year. My constituency relies on charity to feed its poorest families. Crack out the champagne! Oh, do you not get champagne here? Well, crack out the San Pellegrino. No, I'll just wave my hands then. Also, Claire here has ignored the first rule of the internet. A sign on a white background can be changed to anything. Or this. Or this. So, is it possible that the Conservative PR machine is trying to spin the suffering caused by universal credit and austerity due to the fear of a general election? If they are, surely they could be doing more to present the grinding poverty they've caused as an absolute treat. Here are my PR tips for Tories looking to make poverty fun this Christmas. Now, rough sleeping has increased 169% since 2010, and 1 in 200 people nationwide are technically homeless. Commenting on all the homeless people being cleared off the streets ahead of the royal wedding, Conservative councillor for Windsor Simon Dudley said that the rough sleepers were there due to a commercial life choice. That is a strong rebrand, Simon. Let's all make sleeping in the gutter seem more glamorous. How about the Tories reinvent rough sleeping as permacamping? A thrilling adventure for an increasingly large proportion of society. Moving on, schools are struggling to cope, despite being given a dismally an adorable, a bijou payout by Philip Hammond for what he deemed little extras. And now parents are being encouraged to raise funds for little extras at their children's schools. Many parents naively thought that this was what they called paying tax. But think again. And at this time of year, it's really important that you show the school you care. Otherwise, you might get a letter home saying that your 6-year-old Susie has been cast in the nativity as little twat. One final one. A BBC report has shown that extreme child poverty is worsening across the UK, with some children coming to school hungry and actually filling their pockets with school food. One head teacher said pupils had poor teeth, poor hair and were thinner. Gosh, that is a tricky one to spin for the Tories, isn't it? Perhaps these children are members of a cool new club called Grumble Tummies or Hungry Hippos. No, I've got absolutely nothing there. Hard not to feel anything other than fury and terrible, terrible sadness at that one. Let's try to recover it with a catchy, memorable campaign slogan that really sums this whole situation up. Something like, the Conservatives, you are all in this together. Oh, wait,